Isaac, her husband, was old and blind and wanted to bestow the blessings on his sons before his death. He summoned his eldest son, Esau, to him. He then solemnly requested Esau to hunt a game that would be eaten prior to the long awaited auspicious time of the transmission of the blessings for the Jewish lineage to Esau. In Genesis 27, Rebekah eavesdropped on the conversation. She incited a deceptive plan. She shared her idea with Jacob, Esau's twin, who executed the plan. Jacob got the game. Rebekah cooked it the way Isaac loved it. The deception was staged. Jacob must smell like the field and be hairy like Esau. Rebekah did a good job. During the meeting with his father, Jacob was asked several times to identify himself. It would seem that Esau suspected Jacob was masquerading as Esau. As instructed by his mother, he repeatedly lied to his father. Isaac even confronted him. The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are Esau's. Jacob once again assured him that he was indeed Esau. And finally, Jacob was successful at usurping the blessing intended for Esau. Rebekah failed to examine the story in its entirety. God had already told her that the younger would serve the older. This was the last time she would have seen her favorite son. Jacob received the birthright blessing, but was now a fugitive. Isaac was disappointed beyond measure, but could not reverse his decision. Esau returned and did as his father asked, but was now furious. He had murder on his mind. Did Rebekah believe God? What would be the consequences of her action? Jacob's action, her blind husband's decision, and Esau's emotions. But wait, before we answer, let's do an introspection. What has God laid on your heart and mine? And how have we tried to run ahead of him? By choosing a partner that he spoke against, going into a job that definitely comes against with the word of God, against the word of God. What about a business deal that we would have entered into, that we got a gut feeling that we should not have, but yet we went ahead because God is taking too long? And the list can go on and on. Can God fulfill his word in our lives? Do we have to be deceptive, or do we have to find ways of helping God? Romans 8:31 reminds us that if God is for us, who can be against us? Remember, nothing can stop God's plan for your life and mine, neither for our family. Let's take God at his word. We don't have to engage in deceptive plans. We don't have to go against what his word says. We don't have to. All he's asking us to trust me. Trust me, God says, with all your heart. He has been faithful to us in times past, and he's going to continue to be faithful, because Hebrews 13:8 says he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Let's trust God and stop trying to assist him in whatever he would have laid on our hearts, telling us that blessing is ours. May God help you and I to trust him fiercely, regardless of what we think, regardless of what we are seeing, and regardless of what we think we know. Trust God today.